And tonight, another twist in the Britney Spears conservatorship battle. Her mom now stepping in. Earlier today, Lynn Spears filed court documents requesting the singer be able to hire her own lawyer. NewsNation's Adrian Bankert live in the newsroom. And Adrian, Britney's mom is asserting that her daughter has the right to choose who represents her in court.
That's right. And, you know, she might have a point there, but there is more of a reason for this beyond the concerned parent angle, right? Britney's legal counsel just this week resigning.
Mother may know best. Britney Spears' mom now weighing in on the highly controversial issue of who should be in control of the pop star's money and personal decisions. In newly filed documents today, Lynn Spears is requesting permission for the pop star to hire her own attorney to represent her in the case of whether she should still be monitored by a conservatorship. Lynn Spears has never had a legal connection to the arrangement besides being an interested party, petitioning the court to listen to the wishes of her daughter. But some legal experts say it doesn't necessarily hold much weight.
I think it holds very little weight. One could even argue it's a publicity grab. It's hard to say, but I don't see the point. I think Britney Spears could have done this on her own.
The pop star has been represented by the same judge-appointed attorney since 2008 during that very public time of mental and emotional distress for Britney. However, that lawyer just requested his resignation from the conservatorship on Tuesday. Not only that, the entire law firm that had been recently brought in to assist the attorney has also asked to be taken off the case. This follows the first public in-court testimony from the pop star last month, the emotional plea to have the conservatorship canceled, and allegations that the agreement that decides what happens with her finances is abusive. Her mom calls what Britney shared courageous and applauds Britney's decision to bare her heart, adding that her daughter has been able to care for herself for many years. She says that her daughter is requesting that the conservatorship be canceled without the need to have further medical evaluations for the pop star, and that she wants to be allowed to get married and have a baby with her longtime boyfriend, in addition to hiring her own attorney.
In this situation, I think the court is going to defer to Britney's request, particularly because her appointed attorney has already quit or is requesting the opportunity to resign. So I believe the court will, in all likelihood, appoint a lawyer that Britney trusts and that Britney wants.
Now, if you recall, Britney in court was heard saying she didn't know that she could petition for the conservatorship to be dissolved, but that desire would have to be followed up with a formal petition, something that so far has yet to be filed. And again, her legal team resigning, that's just adding to a long list. Her manager already apparently resigned, and so did the company that was going to help in arranging agreements regarding her estate. So a troubling time for Britney.
Well, and Adrian, really quick here, we heard in your piece that she wants to be able to have a baby with her boyfriend. This conservatorship, you know, not only controls her money, it requires her to be on birth control.
Well, that's an interesting part of the story. In that court testimony, she mentioned having an IUD, a form of birth control that she's currently on, and that no one was allowing her to go to the doctor to have that removed so that she could get pregnant. So there are a lot of questions about what kinds of restrictions have been placed on her about this conservatorship.
All right, well, I'm sure we will continue to learn more. Adrian Bankert live in the newsroom. Thank you.